Hi everybody, I'm Martha with SILCA and welcome to another episode of Ask the Expert. Today I have with me a Super Pista Ultimate pump and I'm going to show you how to swap out the gauge. To swap out your gauge, you're going to need the gauge they're going to put on the pump, and you're also going to need a 6mm Allen key as well as a 4mm Allen key. Let's jump right in. So something to keep in mind when you're doing this is that there's a pin embedded in the check valve body of the pump, which is this section right here, and it rests in a notch on the base of your pump. So you're really going to try to make sure while you do this that these two parts don't move independently of each other so you don't shear that pin off. So I'm going to grab the gauge in the base with my hand and then loosen it with the other. So you're going to use your 6mm Allen key here, hold firmly to both parts, and just go ahead and undo this bolt. Alright, so now that you've got it loosened, just remove it the rest of the way with your hand and take off the base. Now you can see the little pin I was talking about that's right there, and we did a good job, so it's still intact. Next you're going to need to remove the gauge, and to do this you'll need your 4mm Allen key. So I have mine here, and you're going to use this to loosen these two bolts that are securing the gauge into place. Now these bolts could be stuck into place just from being there for so long, so don't be afraid to use a little bit of elbow grease when you first get started. Alright, there we go, the bolts are off. And now we can remove the gauge. So I'm going to set those bolts to the side where I can find them again. Remove the gauge. So to install the new gauge, all you're going to do is reverse the process. So I'm going to take this gauge, put it right where the other one was, and then I'm going to reinstall those bolts. First I'm just going to get them finger tight, and then I'll go in with that 4mm Allen key. Alright, so now you're just going to put the base of the pump back on, and again, just keep in mind that you want to preserve that pin. So carefully put them into place and then make sure you're holding them together really good. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so now that I have my new gauge installed, I'm good to go. Now if you go to pump and find that you're experiencing some leaking near the gauge, or your gauge isn't responding properly, it probably just means that you need to go back in and tighten up the bolts a little more. Alright, thanks for watching another episode of Ask the Expert. If you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave them in the comment section below.